Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. How are you today? I hope you are in good condition. Alright. Today we will discuss chapter 7, polynomial functions. The subtopic quadratic functions. Alright. In this subtopic of quadratic function, we will cover all of this. First is the definition of quadratic function, a little bit about the concept, and then content 1, we will show you how to apply a quadratic function using apps or application. And content 2, we will show you how to use using a certain website. And then the real life application of quadratic function. And the last is there are several of exercises about quadratic function. Alright, first we will cover the definition and concept of quadratic function. So as we can see here, quadratic function is a function that can be described by an equation of the form fx equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. So as we can know that quadratic function can be described by this equation form. Okay, and then a cannot be 0. So a must have value in terms of 1, 2, or 3, -1 or -2. Okay, so this is a general form. You can say it's the general form of quadratic function. Okay, next, quadratic function. In the quadratic function, the greatest power of the variable is 2. So as you can see here, the greatest power is 2. It's not 1 or it's not 3. If here is 1 or 3 or 4, it's not quadratic function. And the graph of quadratic function is the parabola. So I will show you later how the shape of the parabola. So before this, that's the general form of equation, quadratic function, sorry. And then is the standard form of quadratic function, which is fx equal to a x minus h squared plus c, where h and k is the vertex, hk is vertex. Okay, and if a here, a is more than 0, or we can say that it's a positive value, the graph will be open upward. And if a is less than 0 or negative value, the graph will be open downward. So we can see here. And this is how to find the vertex. So this is b negative b over to a. This is from the general form. So this is later. So focus how to, I will show you the shape. Okay, this is the shape. First we see the open upwards. Okay, as we can see the equation here, this is a, is a positive value, it's a positive one, so it's positive value, so the shape will be open upwards, will be like this. Okay, and then open downward, the a will be negative value or less than 0, so this here is -1, so the graph will open downward. So this is the shape of parabola. Okay, next I will show you how to convert from the general form to standard form. Okay, before this I show you the general form and the standard form. So now how to convert from the general form to standard form. So this is the steps. So I will show you the example later. Okay. First, start with the original quadratic in general form. Okay, quadratic general form is which is fx equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. And then move the constant value to the other side of the equation, and then add b over 2 squared to both sides of the equation. Factor the right hand trinomial, and then isolate the y and time. I will show you the example. So this is the general form, y equal to x squared minus 6x minus 10. So the first step is start with the original quadratic in general form. So first we identify a, b, and c. Okay, which is here a equal to 1, b equal to -6, and c equal to -10. And the second step, move the constant value to the other side, which is -9. We move to the right, get x squared minus 6x equal to 10. And then add b over 2 squared. So add here, okay, the b can get before this -6. So -6 over 2 squared, same here. And then simplify this, -6 over 2, -3, power of 2 equal to 9. Alright. So next, factorize this. Factorize this, and we get x minus 3 square, and then minus 19 equal to 0. So we already convert the general form into the standard form of quadratic function. Alright.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Izzatul Ain binti Rizaman, and my number matric is D201910888211. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use an application to solve our math problem. The application called PhotoMath. Basically, the application is invented to help students and even teachers to solve math problem. This application can solve no matter what is the subtopic, for what edges, and so on. There are two methods to use this application. The first method, you can type out the questions one by one manually. The second method, you can use your phone camera. Point out your camera to the question, snap, and let the application read it for a while before it provides you the answers with a complete solutions. Now, I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to use this application to solve this math problem. For your reference, this topic is polynomial function and the subtopic is quadratic function. So, the questions ask you to find the axis of the symmetry of the graph of the function, right? Now, I'm going to start using the first method, which is to type the questions one by one. Look and learn the steps carefully, okay? First, open the app and choose the calculator on the bottom left. It will say type a math problem. On the keyboard, you have to type the equation only, not the whole questions, like this. After that, press the show solution. Scroll down and choose the questions listed that is accurate to your questions. For example, our question is to find the axis of the symmetry. And then show solving steps. Now you can see the complete solution for our questions. Explain steps one by one. And that's the answer. That's all for method 1. Thank you. Next, this is the tutorial for second method, which is to use the phone camera. Open the application once again, and then just point out your camera to the questions, like this. Snap the question. Okay. As in method 1, repeat the same steps, which is to scroll down until we find the accurate questions, which is find the axis of symmetry. Show the solving steps, and there you go. You get the explanation for the steps one by one. And that's the answer. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, so for my part, I will explain or teach you about using an online website to solve your maths problem. First, you go to the website Symbolab because you will use Symbolab software. And you can also access this link using any preferable search engine that you are comfortable with, such as Google Chrome, Yahoo, Bing, Microsoft, ADGE, or Bing. You can also use any devices with availability to access the internet. So now let's check out the website. So for me, my preferable search engine is Google Chrome. So just type Symbolab here and ready to search. So you can see this link, just click on it. Okay, this is the Symbolab website. So let's explore this website first and get to know what does this website has to offer for its user. Basically, you can see here all the symbols and operation that you will need to use to write down your problems. You can state your problem here at this block, and before that, you can also use the most used action like simplify, solve for inverse, and many other actions. You can click on see all, and you can see all the other actions that you can use to write your maths problem. So for symbol and operation here, there are many others except from very basic. So you can click on everything and you can explore this. So before that, let's click on solution and see what you got. So here you got some function that I very usually use in mathematics: algebra, calculus, function, vector, geometry, trigonometry, and statistics. And this is not science. So that's all for solution. Just enter your problem here and you just let go. However, for graphing, so we click on it and see what we got. So here is the text box. Also, you can put your equation here, and then after that, the graph will be shown here at this graph. Right? You can just put anything that you want. Then for practice, so here is for the practice part. You have practice and some quizzes that you can take based on what chapter you want to test on. So now let's go to the geometry part. As you can see here, there are some symbol and operation that are usually used in geometry. So you can enter your data here, and then the answer will be given at this part. So basically that's all for this geometry part. So let's go to the notebook. So this is for the notebook part, or my notebook. However, you need to register in order to use this feature. So we move on to the next, which is groups. So this is more like the classroom or like grouping. However, for this part also you need to register and you have to join in order to use this feature. So last, we have cheat sheets. So for this part, there are so many rules that are the theoretical part of mathematics. So there are so many rules here you can use and as your reference in case you forgot the rules. So you can look here. Okay, basically that's all in this website. So let's look our example for quadratic function.
Now, the example, here is the question. You need to draw the graph of the quadratic function for the equation of fx equal to x minus 3 squared minus 25. When you do this manually, of course, you need to know how to, what information that you will need in order to solve this problem. However, we will use the similar website to help you in order to solve this problem. So let's go.
So now we go back to the solution and let's insert our problems here. Our problems is fx equal to, in the bracket, x minus 3 square. Can we put your square here? And minus 25. So you click go and the website will give the answer for you, the solution. So this is what you got. The solution that the website gave is domain, range, axis, intersection point, for x-intercept and also for y-intercept, also the vertex for this equation, which is the minimum point for this graph. So the domain is negative infinity to infinity, while the range is negative 25 to infinity, and you have x-intercept with 8 and 0, negative 2, 0, and y-intercept 0, negative 60. So it's shown here 2 x-intercept with 1 y-intercept. And the vertex here is, we can simply pick the point here. This one h, the value of h, and also the value of k. So 3 and negative 25. You can see this is high step, so you can choose to show the step. For example, if I go to look for the vertex, so show step. So here we got the, when you change this form or this equation into the general form, you will get like this. So you can get the value of a, b, and c, and these values you can insert it into the formula. This is the formula, negative b over 2a. So when you put it into the formula, you will get x equal to 3 and y equal to negative 25. Okay, now let's see the graph. So this is your graph. You can look at the point here. Okay, negative 2, 0. And this one, 8, 0. This is for x-axis, the x-intercept. And for y-axis, the y-intercept is 0, negative 6, negative 16. And this is the vertex, the minimum value of the graph. Since you know the equation is positive at the front, so the shape of the graph should be the smiley shape. So the value here is 3, negative 25. So that's all for the question when you solve it using this website. Thank you.
Okay, I will cover subtopic 4, which is real-life application quadratic function. We know that quadratic equations are actually used in everyday in our life. For example, throwing a ball, shooting a cannon, diving from a platform, or kicking upward a ball. So from this example, we can calculate the highest or lowest point of the parabola, also known as vertex. Okay, look at these two pictures. For the first one, okay, we see the equation is ax, which is ax for the general form, ax squared plus positive x and c, okay, plus c. So from this equation, we know that the graph of the function is downward, okay. So we can see here that the man throwing a ball towards a net. Okay, for quadratic function on a banana, okay, this is the equation, y equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. So we can see here the graph is upward. So a, of course, positive. Okay, this is for the other examples for quadratic function. From the quadratic function, we can calculate the areas and then determine product's profit and formulating the speed of an object. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
The fifth part, we're going to take a look at the exercises for these quadratic functions subtopic. So, based on what we have learned in part 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we should take a look at the equations. For the first exercise, it says that to solve the following equations. The equations given are x to the power of 2 minus 8x plus 12 equals to 0, and x to the power of 2 plus 10x plus 21 equal to 0. For these equations, you have to find the 2x value, which is the x-intercept for each of the equations. So you can use the apps that we have suggest in part 2. So next, we're going to take a look at exercise 2. For exercise 2, it says to write each of the following expressions in the form x plus b to the power of 2 plus c. So for question A, x to the power of 2 plus 6x. For question B, x to the power of 2 plus 8x. For question C, x to the power of 2 minus 6x minus 3. And lastly, question D, x to the power of 2 plus 10x minus 12. For this part, you can use the website that we have suggested in part 3 to find the standard form of each of the equations. Lastly, we're going to take a look at exercise 3. Okay, for exercise 3, you have to find the graph with equations y equal to 2x to the power of 2 plus 4x plus 1, and y equal to 3x to the power of 2 plus x plus 6x plus 2. So after you have find the graph for both of the graph, which need to be on the same plane or the same axis, you have to find where does each curve intersect the y-axis. For the next one is write down the coordinates of the lowest point of each of the curves found. Next, where does the curve y equal to ax to the power of 2 plus bx plus c intersect the y-axis? For these equations, you have to find the new equation based on the two equation above. So lastly, what are the coordinates of the lowest point of the curve y ax to the power of 2 plus 2ax plus c? So this also can be used either from the apps that we have given, or use the websites that we have suggested in the part 3. So that's all from us for subtopic quadratic functions. Thank you.